The following program is a paid advertisement for Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated by Joy Bruce, Independent Associate. This video may not be reproduced without the express written permission of Prepaid Legal Services and Joy Bruce.
Stand and fight, take back your rights. America still means justice for all. Now you can fight for justice, take back your rights. There's still equality and there's still justice for all. Prepaid legal services will empower you. We'll help you stand and fight, take back your rights. America still means justice for all. Take back the power. The law was made for you. Now you can stand and fight, defend your rights. Stand up for the truth. We can have justice for all. Hey! No one's above the law. No one's better than you. America's still your land, so take a stand. Justice can still shine through. We can have justice for all. 'Cause rich or poor, no one's above the law. Justice for all. Stand and fight, take back your rights. America still means justice for all.
Hello, I'm Patrick Berryhill. Did you know that last year almost 100 million civil and criminal lawsuits were filed in state courts across this nation? People in all walks of life are being buried under an avalanche of legal challenges. You know, when it comes right down to it, it's not a matter of if you will need an attorney, it's a matter of when you will need one. It's astonishing, but it's true. You stand almost 3 times the chance of ending up in court than in a hospital. An estimated 1/3 of all Americans will need legal counsel this year alone. The affluent can afford an attorney. The needy can rely on public aid. Now that leaves the rest of us Americans, nearly 200 million people just like you and I, for whom serious legal trouble can mean financial ruin. Simply put, if you don't have some kind of legal protection, the odds are not in your favor. The Constitution guarantees each of us equal justice under the law. The problem is, it does not tell us how to pay for it. Have you ever purchased defective merchandise or paid a traffic ticket you thought was unjustified, or signed a legal document for lease agreement and were later sorry? Had a property dispute? Had a problem with child support or visitation rights? Have you ever paid for poor workmanship? Wanted advice on credit matters? Have you ever been slandered or discriminated against? You see, if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. Chances are you've been in a situation like one of these. Now, what did it make you feel like? And what did you do? What were your choices? How did it affect your finances, your family, your job? There is no need to feel frustrated or frightened by legal concerns anymore. In a moment, we'll show you why. But you make no mistake, life is not fair. Your rights, your freedoms are constantly challenged in disputes and lawsuits and leases and contracts, business, personal, and consumer issues. In many cases, your satisfaction is not guaranteed and you do not receive everything you're entitled to. You need to know the law and how it can serve and protect you, and the sooner the better. Did you ever wish that money was no object in life and that you could have attorneys at your disposal anytime you desired? Well, I'd like to introduce you to Prepaid Legal Services, Inc. The prepaid legal plan is designed to give you and your family powerful, protective legal services to assist with your personal and work life. Your prepaid legal membership is your shield of protection, your sword of power against countless unlawful intrusions into the freedoms of your life. Now, in the next few minutes, you'll find out just how you can have access to some of the most prestigious law firms nationwide for about the same cost of receiving your daily newspaper. Prepaid Legal was formed for the express purpose of providing affordable legal protection for you and for me and for all Americans. Prepaid Legal is dedicated to making equal access to justice under the law a reality. The cost of hiring an attorney is the first thing most people consider when legal needs arise. You know, with the thought of hundreds of dollars per hour, they become discouraged and hesitate to call an attorney. The affluent always have the legal edge because they can afford the regular, ongoing services of an attorney. There is too much law for those who can afford it and too little law for those who cannot. Why shouldn't you have the same legal edge? Let's level the playing field for you and your family and find out a little more about prepaid legal services, how they can empower you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to an exciting opportunity that will make a difference in your life. I'm Gregory Cook, here for Prepaid Legal Services, the company which is fast becoming the nation's choice for legal protection. Now, to demonstrate the value of what Prepaid Legal Services can offer you, I'd like to ask you at home and my studio audience to role play with me for a moment and make believe that you're my attorney. Okay? Great. Now, what would you say that the average attorney's fees are per hour?
About $2.25 an hour.
$2.25? Sure, that sounds reasonable.
$175 an hour.
$175 an hour. Well, let's be conservative. And for ease of calculating, let's say that you're only going to charge me $100 per hour because you're nice attorneys, right? Okay. Now, I'm going to present my needs to you, and as my attorneys, I want you to figure out just what you would have to charge me. But I don't want to pay you by the hour. I want to pay you a flat monthly fee for all the services that I need. So keep that $100 an hour fee in mind while you're deciding what to charge me per month. All right? Everybody ready?
Ready.
Great. Now here's my situation. I own a small business and 2 rental properties. My wife's a professional and I have 2 teenagers, one who's in college and the other just got his driver's license. Now, we want unlimited telephone consultations with you on a toll-free number during normal business hours. We don't want to talk to your secretary or your paralegal. We want to talk to you. And we need to be able to discuss any legal concerns whatsoever, be it civil or criminal, personal or professional, for as long and as often as needed. Now, if you don't specialize in a particular area of law that we need, we want you to refer us to an attorney in your firm who does. Okay? Now, in the event that a situation arises where you think a letter or a phone call would help the problem on our behalf, like, well, collecting on an insurance claim, you would write those letters and make those phone calls for us. Now, in figuring out my flat monthly fee, you're still adding all of this up at $100 per hour, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, I also want to be responsible about my business affairs and practice preventative law. I've learned that regarding contracts, the bold print giveth, but the fine print taketh away. So before we sign any purchase agreements, rental agreements, lease agreements, contracts, or documents of any kind, we want you to review them and give us a legal opinion. Advise us of any necessary changes we should make as often as we need it. Again, keep adding all of this up at $100 per hour. Also, like many Americans, I don't have a will, and I'm not comfortable with the state deciding who will look after my estate and my children. So we want you to draw up a will for us right away and update it annually, okay? Great. Next, I travel out of state on occasion, and I need legal services there, too. For example, suppose I'm going to need some advice on purchasing equipment in New York, or on buying a condo in Palm Springs, or I get a speeding ticket going through Las Vegas, or let's say that the dry cleaners in Denver ruined my suit, or even I drove over a longhorn cow crossing the highway in Texas. And that wouldn't be easy, but I bet you I could do it. Whatever mess I get into, I want you to find an attorney for me in these states who can advise me, okay? Now, based on my needs and my family's needs of all I've just told you, how much would you have to charge me for these services each and every month?
Somewhere around $3,500 a month.
$3,500? Okay, that sounds reasonable. Anybody?
$600 a month.
$600 per month, sure. Okay, anybody else?
$1,000.
All right, $1,000 per month. Well, if you're receiving all of these services from your attorney, actually none of these numbers would be out of line, now would they? But what if I told you that for just $25 per month, prepaid legal members enjoy all of these services and much, much more?
Wait. Just a minute. This sounds too good to be true. What's the catch?
Yeah.
You know, it does sound too good to be true, doesn't it? But, well, here's how it works. With hundreds of thousands of members all paying their monthly fees, that generates enough money each month to allow Prepaid Legal to select top-notch law firms to provide these services for their members. People like healthcare professionals, law enforcement officers, teachers, firefighters, and people like you and me. You know, Prepaid Legal is to attorneys' fees what Prepaid Medical is to doctor and hospital bills. Well, actually, to help you understand the concept a little better, let's take, for example, other forms of prepaid protection that you're familiar with. Well, such as medical coverage. Now, how many times have you used it? I mean, you probably hope that you never have to, right?
That's right.
Well, the prepaid legal plan is different. It's specifically designed for you to use it and practice preventative law.
A few weeks ago, we had problems with our neighbors' kids playing and breaking our fence and letting our big dogs out. We spoke to their parents about this problem, and we asked them to keep the children off the fence with no results. We were extremely concerned for our dog safety and for any damages that they may cause. So we called Prepaid Legal Services, and they informed us that our neighbors were liable for any damage that they may have caused. And so Prepaid Legal called them and informed them of this fact. Since then, we've had no problems whatsoever, and next time we'll call Prepaid Legal first.
As you can see, Randy's family enjoyed peace of mind by preventing a potentially big problem. This is how you should use your membership. Call Prepaid Legal when you have a little concern before it becomes a big problem. Did you know that 7 out of 10 lawsuits could have been avoided last year if people had prior legal counsel? Can you imagine the difference that this would have made on our already overloaded judicial system? The Prepaid Legal Plan guarantees you equal access to justice under the law, and it empowers you to defend your rights, property, and person in both your professional and your personal lives. It will help you make each dollar count, as well as ensure that your family gets a fair shake in all of your day-to-day dealings. A prepaid legal services plan gives you power where most adult Americans need it. You're now able to practice unlimited preventive law with Prepaid Legal because all of these services are included in your membership. And best of all, you cannot be canceled no matter how often you use it. The Prepaid Legal Services law firms are there for you when you need help. And now, let's find out how you can benefit from having your own prepaid legal plan.
To get started with your very own prepaid legal plan, call 1-800-61-LEGAL now. You'll receive your membership packet in the mail, including your gold membership card, along with all the information you need to get the maximum benefit from your very own prepaid legal plan. For just $25 a month, with a one-time enrollment fee of only $10, you can start enjoying peace of mind and legal protection without the added worry of cost. Enroll now on a monthly basis and we'll include this beautiful gold imprinted prepaid legal coffee mug. Or enroll for a year and receive this informative legal guide, The Family Legal Advisor. Over 500 pages of useful legal advice for you and your family. And it's yours absolutely free with your one-year prepaid membership. Call 1-800-61-LEGAL now. Operators are standing by right now to help you get started. That's 1-800-61-LEGAL. Call right now.
It's as easy as using the phone and dialing 1-800. And on the other end of the line, there's a person who provides all of the information that you need. Takes the time, there's no rush, there's no hurry. You ask your questions, you get the information that you need to have to those questions, and you can even call back if you think of other questions after you've ended that particular conversation. Very easy.
We've been talking a lot about the services that Prepaid Legal offers and how it can empower you. But just who is Prepaid Legal Services? Let's find out.
Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated is a publicly traded multi-million-dollar company traded on the American Stock Exchange and was founded in 1972. They're authorized to do business in the state of California and are regulated by the Office of the Secretary of State. Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated has worked with over 90,000 attorneys and law firms across the United States in the past 22 years. They've developed a nationwide referral network of more than 2,600 law firms. Prepaid Legal Services Incorporated was formed by Harlan C. Stonecipher of Ada, Oklahoma, shortly after he had a costly brush with the law.